That is not my intention. Happy New Year's to everyone here. Anybody listening? Anybody joining me today? Sorry, I have to close the door real quick. Sorry if I'm being a little bit quiet. My girlfriend's playing in the other room and I do not want to distract her. I just want to chill in my office today. Don't have much going on, just getting ready to celebrate tonight with everyone else. And I was in the middle of just wanting to draw. Sorry for those who were expecting me to finish my Ghost Rider. I just haven't had the feeling of wanting to finish it or do any edits to it quite just yet. I really want to be in the mood for it to, pump out anything good. And, I was thinking, why don't I just do a new rendition of Logan that I think might be, I don't want to say better. I never want to say my art's better than anything that anyone comes up on something else, but I think something that I probably would have preferred for the Logan default skin, mainly because I just don't like it as much as maybe some people may, but I just don't have a big love for that. No, I'm just not the biggest fan. But I thought I'd give it a try. Now it's probably not good practice to really zoom up on anything. If I do this, it's hard to see where I start. Oh, Jesus. Oh, there we go. My current tablet at the moment that I would normally use, which is basically a screen that I would draw on. It's not that it doesn't work, it's just it has issues when I have to load it up. So I'm not using it. I'm not sure if I explained this last time when I was drawing Ghost Rider or doing anything else, but yeah, I'm using a totally different one than what I'm used to, and I haven't really used this one in a long time. I usually only use it when I have to go out or I have projects to do. That had to be done elsewhere, or I had to be somewhere else to do the project. Especially during my time during school, I'd be using this one, so it feels really weird, especially when I have two screens now. Yes, I now have two monitors finally. Oh my god, it felt so weird having a weird rendition of looking at all my stuff for live streaming on part of my screen, or having to check my phone to see who's in chat or if anyone's in chat at all. But it was horrendous. Now, I took a little bit of inspiration from the default skin, which I have here as well. I just wanted to make sure you guys know it is also here, just to make sure I got the proportions and the lines right for the character. Used it as reference, and for anybody who is an artist or wants to delve into art, don't be afraid to use references. Don't be afraid to look at things or to draw them. Not everything can be drawn from scratch. Usually, not everything usually is. Art is not something we create to be original. Everything is taken from somewhere. Nothing is truly original. But yeah, I referenced it. I traced when I needed to trace. And I think I got the proportions just where I wanted them. So you can kind of get an idea of what my suit is. It is kind of like his classic suit. I did want to keep my shoulder pauldrons he had on the jacket kind of separate a little bit. I thought that looked cool. I did like the realistic kind of tech vibe that was going on with the Deadpool and Wolverine one. However, I feel like the chest piece looks way too similar to that of the Deadpool and Wolverine version. So I'm going to be checking how this looks a bit. The zipper down the middle is going to stay. The lines over here are going to get big and bold. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to start black, and then on the outside I'm going to have it be like blue with a small line of yellow in between them both, separating them as like the lines continue. So these are going to have to be a little bit further apart from one another. But my main concerns about the skin, let's actually take a look at it. I do have a lot of concerns. Let's take a look at it. I'm not really using it anymore, so let's increase the opacity on it. Okay, so what do I not like about the skin? There is so much. I will preface this, I don't read a lot of comics anymore. I haven't read a lot of comics for a long time. But I have watched a lot of comic related things, media, TV shows, movies, everything that everybody kind of knows from the Foxverse, and of course now the new MCU stuff. I do know some comic history stuff. I have read some of the comics, not particularly the Wolverines, but I got into them because of Hugh Jackman, and then I started delving into more of the TV shows when I was younger as well. So the look here doesn't really resemble to me Wolverine, or even just James Howlett, Logan, you know. Let me actually do this so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. I don't like. Because I remember, I think I said it quite a few times that I wanted to go over this because how much it annoys me. So I don't mind the pants. The pants is good. They're just normal jeans. They look fine. I'm not a big fan of the boots. I don't think I've ever seen him with these boot sneakers before, or anything really remotely similar, unless it was part of like a suit. So these look really weird, and to me it looks extraordinarily weird with this white. This white is like a major portion of the color of the boot, and you don't see that white, I think, anywhere else in his costume. You see silvers, but you don't see white. This is like the only thing that's really white, so it's really weird to have it there. If it were black, or honestly, if it were swapped where this was blue and the blue was probably black or even white, I probably wouldn't have that much of an issue with it. But there are some things that are lacking in this, and the colors aren't super consistent. They have the traditional Wolverine colors, which is great, but they're not using them enough to make me feel like this is Wolverine. It's just a jacket that's supposed to resemble Wolverine, like he got his own custom tailored jacket. that isn't, his suit, which is kind of weird. This looks like something I would find at like a nerd store for comic books, like all the T-shirts that have all the logos and stuff. This would probably be like a really cool looking jacket to find. And he's wearing his own jacket to resemble his character. It feels really weird to me. So yeah, the white isn't consistent throughout his character. It would be nice as an accent color, but he has silvers and golds as an accent. So he has blue, he has yellow, he's got silver, he's got gold, he's got blacks, he's got like I want to say gray. It's like a grayish blue. And then he's got white. It's a lot of colors, dude. Or white. That's a lot of colors, dude. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 colors. That's a lot. Usually you want to stick to like 4. Usually around 4. And one of those probably being the accent colors. Sometimes you can get away with more, but he's not getting away with 7. He's not getting away with 7. Obviously, we don't want to take away from the skin tone, so skin tone's kind of something. You gotta kind of like find colors that would match his type of skin tone to make it look good. But most of the time, you don't really have to worry about that kind of thing. But he also has brown. He has brown on him as well. It's kind of weird. But it's a lot. It's a lot. Like, one, the pants could have been black to match his tank top, or you know what? If you want to match his boots better, his tank top should have been white. Made his jeans around the same color as this blue, like this bright blue, and I probably wouldn't have felt that bad about it. Make his belt buckle silver, and that probably would have looked a little bit better. Because if you're gonna make him this bright ass jacket, then you gotta brighten up the rest of his outfit. Right here, the only thing that speaks out is his sneakers and his boots. His boots just don't look good. They're stylized weird. It's a weird style for Wolverine. I think Wolverine's more of like a low key kind of cowboy kind of guy, countryside kind of dude, who he doesn't mind wearing boots, but he's not gonna show off his boots. He's not gonna tuck his pants into his boots. That sounds really weird for him to do. If anything, he'd have him like hanging out like this, right? He'd have him over here on top of his boots. Like that I wouldn't mind. This is too much. It shows off way too much. He's showing off way too much, like, for his boots. It looks really weird. The style of the boot looks really weird. The colors for the boots look really weird because it doesn't match the rest of his outfit. It doesn't match his character style. Jeans is fine, but plain. Who doesn't wear jeans? Really? The belt buckle with the W, I think that's okay. It's to symbolize Wolverine, whatever. But, like, would Wolverine really have that W? I think I've seen him with the W, but I've seen him with like other belt buckles and stuff like that. Usually it's like the X for X-Men, but I don't mind it. It's weird. It's the only gold thing he has on him, so it kind of stands out from any other metal he has, which looks kind of weird. The tank top being black is fine, but it's also the only piece of clothing on him that is black. Like, you could have made this black, you could have made his pants black. Honestly, the boots being black would have fixed a lot of the problems. Give him like cowboy boots instead. Make them black cowboy boots. Make the tank top black. Make the tiger stripes black. And you would have fixed a lot of the coloring problems I had with this. Next thing is just like the style of the jacket. It feels weird. Like, this collar pops way too much. It should have been shorter. It looks way too big. It looks too fucking big. Like, super fucking big. His shoulder pads are fine. I think they're okay. The X on the side, like, the jacket overall looks okay. The collar just looks massive and looks so weird. The style of the jacket is not too bad. Like, I like this, like, little piece over here that stands out to like latch on, tighten the bottom piece. The zipper looks good. The zipper's, I think, on the wrong side of the jacket. It should be on this side. I think for most men's clothing. Let me check my own jacket. I actually have a jacket on me right now. But yeah, the zipper for men's clothing is typically on the right side. I don't usually catch it on the left side. Though this could be a cultural thing for the developers. I'm not sure. Men's jackets in China or wherever this game's from. I'm pretty sure it's a Chinese developer. So the artists most likely are probably Chinese. So I don't know if they're used to having their zippers on the left side, but typically it's on the right. And I would think for the U.S., Canada, U.S., Western audiences would have it on here on the right side. I could be totally wrong, but that would be fine. This is the thing that bugs me the most, and barely anybody has talked about when they see his thing. I've brought it up to a couple of streams where people noticed it, or they haven't noticed it, and then they thought about it. I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, this is not okay. This killed it for me. This tells me that the developers did not know what they were doing with Wolverine. I did talk to my friend. He did give me an explanation that may have been what they were thinking of doing, but for me, this is weird. Wolverine having his sheaths for his claws on his hand is weird, because that is not something we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing this on his gloves all the time on his gloves. We see all the time on his gloves. For any outfit he has the gloves with the sheaths on it. My friend said that, maybe he has them implanted on him, or they implanted it on him when they were like going through the experiments, so that way the blood doesn't like go inside his body. But then to my knowledge, or to my head, like, well, he has a really good healing factor to the point where that shouldn't really matter to him too much, to be honest. And even so, like, it's never depicted this way in the comics. It's never depicted this way anywhere else. This is the first time I've ever seen like him having the sheaths implanted on his hands. It's just really weird looking. I don't mind Wolverine having the bright colors. The bright colors are fine. It's just like the color placements are really, really weird. The boots are a real weird style for him to have. The jacket is a little bit weird with the zipper, with the collar being so big. He's got wide shoulders, but that's fine. That's Wolverine. The hairstyle, I don't mind. So he has the other version where his hair is up like this, right? Right, and it goes all the way out here, and then he's raging and stuff. But I don't mind either version of his haircut. It is a weird mechanic that like he grows hair, then he ungrows his hair, depending on his rage. It's really, really, really weird. But I don't mind it. I don't mind this hairstyle. It's very calm, but it's also very out and wild and frizzied out to the side. So it does feel like, oh, this is Logan. And then when I see the giant hair piece come out, I'm like, oh, this is Wolverine. Like, it really showcases the character and like what he stands for and like who he is at the moment. So I can see why they have both. It's just a really weird in-game visual mechanic for him to see him have. And it's kind of unappealing when it happens. Like, I don't mind either hairstyle. It's just like the game doing that is kind of weird. But yeah, this design is, I think, the worst design, I think, in all of my Marvel rivals. Like, the boots are bad. The color design is bad. The small thing with the jacket. This is the biggest contender that I hate. The hair changing is kind of weird. A lot of people had problems with the bright jacket, but I don't mind the jacket colors, like I said. But yeah, that's my opinion. I think this is the worst design for Wolverine I've ever seen in my life. I think there are probably other contenders for that as well. But so far, I don't like this design. They did get his shape from what I think it would look like, where he's this big box, not big, but this short king with a boxy look. Honestly, I do still think he should have been a Vanguard with how big he is in game. Like he's very wide, and I feel like he should have been a tank the way he plays. It feels very like dive tanky, and him having a little bit more health would probably help out with his survivability. But other than that, those are just my opinions on it. I've played Wolverine. I think I'm main Wolverine. I'm close to like 24 hours played of Wolverine time, and then I have like around 10 hours on Thor, and then I, around maybe who's next? I think it's Moon Knight. I think Moon Knight has like another like 8 or 9 hours on him, something like that, and then it goes like Iron Fist, Namor, all these other characters. I have no idea what their timestamps are though. For me. But yeah. So I wanted to just make my own version. I thought that would look cool. That would look cool. Did not want to do that. This is gonna be so difficult. Oh, jeez. That was a terrible line. Maybe if I lined up my thing better, I can get a better. Oops. It's close. Not exactly what I want. Ooh, okay, that one's not bad. It's kind of hard to see what I'm doing here. Oops. Nope. Nope. That's good enough for me. Oops. Nope. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta do a crap ton of lines before you find one that looks good enough. Okay. No, that looks okay. Whew. So I didn't want to give him like body armor like the. I decided to not try and do like this body armor piece. Like I thought it looked okay. It definitely looks cool, but I don't want to copy the exact same kind of style that the other one has. of this. Honestly, this might look similar to another comic adaptation of his suit. Oh god, that was terrible. I gotta stop going to that side. Almost. Oh. That's a little wobbly in the middle. No. Doesn't line up correctly. Oh, that was almost it. Oop. Oh, that one's pretty good. I'll keep that one. Good enough there. Just kind of doing this one for fun. Nothing too serious. Just trying it out. See if I like it or not. No, it's alright. Just kind of want to do my own thing today. Have some control over something I like to do. sure there's been other like renditions or Photoshop versions of his classic suit on him. I'm pretty sure the reason why they didn't do like a classic suit version or something similar is because they have the license to or the permission to do his Deadpool Wolverine version, and because it's MCU, they clearly couldn't do it as his default. And they could make some bank off of it, so. Oh no. Stream is cool. Nice, okay, cool. Just felt like doing just a little bit for today. I don't think I'm gonna get done with it. I don't think I'm gonna finish it. Just felt like doing a little. I always do a lot of projects that I don't end up finishing, but hopefully one day I will finish something amazing, something great that I will cherish forever. And wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't you just want to know what it is that you could do when you put everything into it? But there are just days get in front of you that just make you stop. Sometimes it's good to stop. Slow down. Take a step back. Got everything you've done so far. And find those mistakes and be able to fix them later down the road. Just felt like getting on for just a little bit. Let's see. Not looking too bad. Not too bad. Oh, hold on. Is that line even supposed to be there? I don't think it is. Where did you come from? Were you here before? I don't think you were, mister. Yeah. I just felt like doing a little bit of this. Not too much. I know I haven't played Frauder like I've been saying, or like getting on as much as often. The holidays have been getting really crazy for me specifically. And I just want to take a bit of time to myself before I got back on stream when anyone was interested in watching just what I've been up to, what I've been wanting to do, what I've been wanting to talk to you about. I really wish I could run Marvel Rivals on here, or else I'd be streaming it non-stop, all my games, all my comp matches that I've been doing. I've been solo queuing, and God is it terrible. God is it terrible. What does actually move this over here in case I do have some things that are on there that I probably should have. Oh, here it is. This is right in front of my face. So that's what he looks like. In case you forgot, this is my current rendition of Ghost Rider. If you guys have any thoughts whatsoever, I'm gonna put that video up like a couple weeks back, or like maybe first week of December. I don't really remember when I did that video or that stream. But I did want to ask, like, if there was anything that kind of stood out that looked kind of weird. Do you think this looks kind of weird? Right there. I did want it to be a Vanguard, so you had a big beak and beefy. Feel free to go back to that stream and check over like my in-depth thoughts about it. But yeah, I could talk a little bit more about him and like kind of the icons I have here on the side. But I think I'll save that for an actual thing. Anyway, it is 8 o'clock. Should probably be getting off soon. I hope you guys have a rest of the night be extremely wonderful, and if it is already the new year, hope you guys are having a wonderful time, having some good sleep, hopefully, and hopefully this year will be your year. I know a lot of things in the past have probably not been so great this past year, but hopefully 2025 will be at least a little bit better, or we can be a little bit better about looking at the positive side of things, rather than focusing on everything that's negative. And I obviously have a hard time of doing that too. Not saying that should be your New Year's resolution or anything, just something to always keep in mind is to try to be better at what you want to be able to do. I do want to get better at doing my artwork again, especially digitally. I used to be really good at it back when I was constantly doing it for school, and now I feel like I've just fallen off, and I really want to get back into it. Specifically character creation, I haven't done that in forever. I think my sketch art, my sketches are pretty decent enough to evoke the idea of what I want, but when it comes to digital stuff, I really need to fix that up and find better ways to do things and fine-tune things. But I hope you guys had a wonderful time. And this is just a quick update. I did not forget that I can stream. I just got a second monitor so I can put everything else that I want to the side. I do plan on wanting to stream a little bit more. Again, I don't have a set time all the time. I keep wanting to say Fridays and Sundays because those are the only times I really can stream. Again, it just happened that because of the holidays, things are a little bit weird. That there are some times that I do have a little bit more time. Other days I have less time. So Fridays and Sundays are typically the best time for me to stream or to post anything, which I haven't posted anything yet. But I want to get more used to this, just to, have somewhere to empty my thoughts somewhere instead of, speaking to a wall, even though it does feel like I'm speaking to a wall sometimes. But I want to get more used to this. I want to get better at it. This is something I definitely want to try out and do a little more of. Where is my thing? Okay. I do want to show you though. I think this is my Shang-Chi. So this is my image of Shang-Chi. Just to give you kind of a snippet what I was doing the other day, how I kind of envisioned Shang-Chi for Marvel Rivals. I think I forgot like the main aspect I want to really focus on was his rings. He doesn't have them on him. But I can get more in depth on how I would want Shang-Chi to play. But that is essentially what I would want Shang-Chi to look like in-game for his counterpart. Clearly using weapons. He's not a fist fighter like Iron Fist. But we can get in depth with him later. I know a lot of people have speculated, or not speculated, kind of like made their own rendition of Shang-Chi and how he should play or how he should work in the game. And I thought I would also give my 2 cents in as well. I also do a lot of miniature painting, which I've been doing a lot recently in the past couple of days, just because I recently got a few new minifigures to paint for D&D, which I started doing a little bit more of, and I have finished 3 out of 4 thus far within the time that I did have, and hopefully one day I can put that on camera to show you how I do it. I'm not very good. I'm still very new to it, and hopefully just to share like more hobbies of mine that I have been interested in. I do build them on Hero Forge and then print them out through there. So hopefully I can show you some more smaller techniques on there, because I do not see many YouTubers touch on Hero Forge or anything like that. And there are some really cool things I can show off on Hero Forge that I don't think anyone really touches, and kind of like analyze and discuss how certain things work, because I am a noob at Hero Forge, at least in my opinion. I've been doing it for a while. I don't compete with anybody else in like the discourse that they got, but I think that'd be something I'd really want to do as well. But for right now, I just want to sketch away and do something that I'm relatively used to doing, and just kind of get back into the groove of doing digital art, sketching, drawing, something outside of what I typically don't get to do on a day-to-day basis with like my current job, my current work. Even though it is in the art field, it's not something exactly the same. But yeah, you can see how simplistic I make myself look. I have done a lot better of a job. It's just, again, I have to get used to this tablet too. And I have to get used to doing my lines the way I want them, and not the way that they probably end up being. But we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I can catch you guys on a day that I'm actually trying to be on, and not on a random day like today. Have a good night, stay safe, and Happy New Year's.